guy's gonna go on the back of the trans, like so. And I got new hardware for it, so just have to remove those 3 nuts and bolts. Let's see how easy it's gonna be. Take it out. It's really stuck on it. Okay, that's it. Here's the old one. Has a couple of cracks, but it wasn't too bad. Actually, it's got cracks right there a little bit. So got the new one from Miley. So I'm gonna put some anti-seize on those spots. So in the future it's gonna be easier to remove it, if anything. So anti-seize on these spots, and then as you can see, like this spot right here is deeper. So the flex disc has the spot that sticks out. So the spot that sticks out has to go into that pretty much like a hole. So I'm gonna set it in there right now, like so. And that's it. And I'm gonna put new hardware. Okay, so basically right now what you have to know is this is the bolt, and actually it's pretty cool. They're using like a kind of like a wavy washers, but anyway, so the washer goes on, and the side where you put like the washers is actually this guy right here. You do not have to put the washers on this side. So I'm gonna just show you. So I'm gonna put the washer right here, and then on this side I'm just gonna put a nut. I'm not gonna put a washer on this side because it's not needed actually. So the nut is just gonna go on this side like that. Okay, so here's I actually installed 3 of them right now because the rest of them are gonna be installed on the car when I put the Driveshaft. So I just have to tighten them right now and I'll be ready to go. And then I put the new O-ring on this thing. It's an AC O-ring, but it's gonna work. So that's done. I have to prepare the new flex discs for it, and yeah, I'll be ready to put it back basically. And once this is on the car all bolted up and stuff, I'm gonna remove the oil pan from the trans, and I'm gonna replace the gasket filter and all that stuff. So yeah, so the engine is in, you saw it running already. So yeah, basically that's okay. I'm gonna wait with the transmission mount. First of all is I want to take care of this guy. This is called the Gearshift bushing basically. As you can see, it's gone. There's just a little bit of it left, and all that slop actually, I spread the metal a little bit that way, but hopefully I can install a new Gearshift bushing in there with no issues. So let's try that. Remove this guy. It's almost out. Okay, right here, it's the clip. And now this guy just comes out like that. And I'm gonna try to retrieve that old piece. Let's see. Damn, it's like coming apart. Yeah, it just went somewhere. That's crazy. Anyways, there was not much left from this guy. So, I got a new one. Actually, 2 of them just in case. And I'm gonna try to install them. So I'm gonna tell you something, that this is really difficult to install this bushing. It's a pain in the ass. I actually hurt my finger one time because I tried to use a screwdriver and to actually pry it inside all the way around, but that did not really work since this thing is also moving back and forth. And so what I discovered is this guy, 21mm wrench. Put it around here, okay, and then you have to hold it around because you see it's bigger than the diameter of the bushing. So put it right there. Then you grab the adjustable pliers right here, and then grab it on the wrench here, and then with the other end you basically push it in like that. So that was basically the best way to install it. So right now here's my rod, and the rod is gonna go in firmly, so I have to push it. Let me do that, and then I'll be able to install my clip. Installed, and as you can see, there's no more slop. I'm moving it back and forth. There's nothing, so it's pretty awesome. I'm really happy. And yeah, at the end, of course, I'm gonna show you how the shifter feels and all that stuff. But right now I just need to install that clip over there. I'm not gonna use the old one. I actually have a new one, so if I can only find it, let's see. There's my new clip right here. So I'll install that, and after that I think we can start putting this trans back. Okay, that's it. Clip is installed. Just want to make sure everything moves nice and good, and nothing is rubbing or anything. So yeah, so that's perfect. Be really dark. I'm underneath the car here. Yeah, it's probably too dark now to show you, but I'll show you later. Yeah, you can't really see, but basically there's a second bushing on the floor shifter, so I had to change that too. So I'm trying to put this trans back. It's a pain in the ass. I'm using a trans jack and there's not much clearance, so I had to jack this up all the way. Try to squeeze it in somehow. I'm really hoping it's gonna work. So it really sucks. Actually, I couldn't use my trans jack. It's just not enough clearance. I had to use this guy. It's a pain in the ass. So yeah, if you're working you know, in a garage like this, be prepared for anything basically. So okay, so I just wanted to give you an update. The trans is back, but I had to use this jack to put the trans back. Pretty much already connected, you know, like all the bolts for the bell housing and the torque converter. And right now I just want to quickly finish this this driveshaft. This stuff is new. New support, new bearing, and then this is like a cover for it, so it's gonna go over there. But first of all, I wanna put some grease on these splines, and then I'll just connect these together, and they'll be ready to go back to the car. Driveshaft is ready. So I was about to change the flex disc on the back where the differential is, and I had to use this guy, and I'll show you why, which is really crazy. You know, I didn't expect that, but I had to use this bad boy to help me out with this job. So I'm gonna crawl underneath and show you. As you can see, the old flex disc is removed, but I had to do some cutting. So let me show you something. So this is my old one, and there's 3 pieces right here that basically these are the nuts right here that I had to cut off. They're still warm. And the reason why is So my flex disc, basically I had to do it in these 3 spots, and basically the nut was on this side like that, okay, and I couldn't even put like a normal wrench on this thing, you know. I could only use a open end wrench to actually loosen these up, and it didn't work, so I had to cut it. I had to cut it, and there was no other way, because there's not enough clearance between this yoke and the differential, which is crazy. So I just decided to cut it, all 3 of these. I'm gonna install a new one on right now. So yeah, basically it kind of sucks. Let me know in the comments how you guys did it on your cars. I don't know, but I think that the best way would be to probably put the bolt in through here, but actually no, it's not gonna work. The bolt, if you try to put the bolt through this way, it's not gonna, there's not much clearance, you can't make it. So, but yeah, anyways, so that's what I had to do, and I'm gonna get ready to install my new flex disc right there. So this is the new guy. Okay, so I'm gonna install that, and I'm gonna make sure I use a lot of anti-seize, so especially on the bolts and threads, so I can remove them in the future if anything, probably by using the open end wrench again, because where's this guy? There. So my wrench, I tried to go through, but I couldn't. It was hitting the diff. So the only way, I couldn't even fit a socket in there, nothing. The only way is to just hold it like this. And yeah, you know, if it hasn't been done in a, you know, it hasn't been done in a long time, then, you know, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be probably just, you know, it's gonna round off. So yeah, I didn't expect that, but that's what I had to do. Show you the progress. So I already put the trans cross member back, trans mount is back, and my new flex discs, my center support bearing and center support is back, and also that thing is back together. Everything is tightened up, and right now I don't have to support the trans anymore. So before anything, before starting the car or something like that, I want to drop this pan and clean it all up, put new filter in, new gasket for the pan, and then I also bought new drain plug with the washer for this thing. Yeah, make it all nice, and then put it back together, put new fluid, and we'll see what's next. So there's still some fluid in the oil pan, so I loosened those 2 bolts in there. That's why it's dripping, but I'm gonna just remove this drain plug again. Okay, let it drain completely. The pan is removed. I'm gonna clean the pan right now, prepare a new gasket, all that stuff, and then change the filter. My oil pan, I mean, it's got some material, but it's not bad at all. And the gasket. The pan is cleaned up all nicely with the brake clean. So this is my kit, the gasket and filter. So I'm gonna put the gasket on, and after that I'm gonna start replacing the filter. Let's try to remove it. gasket. Alright, so everything is tightened up, and I'm just gonna tighten up this drain plug all the way, and yeah, be ready to put the fluid in this thing. Okay guys, so that's it for today. I'm gonna come back next time and I'm gonna fill it up with transmission fluid, and I just put the brake sensors actually because I was missing them. Yeah, so it's almost ready to go, and yeah, I can't wait to drive this thing finally. So these are the wheels from my silver car. Just wanted to see how they fit. They do fit, but down there it's actually they're like too wide, so they rub against the tie rod, so I would need spacers probably to run these. And that upper control arm is really close to the wheel too, to the tire, so okay guys, real quick, so this is my new transmission mount, my new flex disc, and then my new center support and center support bearing, and down there is my second flex disc that I replaced. So this is all good to go. I'm gonna continue working on the other stuff. So everything is pretty much back. Steering pump, all the belts, got new belts for the alternator. So I'm gonna start putting the trans fluid in, and I'm gonna get ready to get it started. Guys, so I'm just gonna demonstrate to you. Everything is back. Put the coolant trans fluid in, everything ready to go. I still have to work on my air filter box, so I haven't done that yet, but just did it like this for now. And then I already started this thing, and there's no leaks or anything like that, so I'm pretty happy about that. And the car moves forward and back. Haven't taken it for a spin yet, but I'm gonna start it up for you now. So this engine, as you can see, is much better. Actually, my exhaust is not connected yet too, so that's why you see the smoke. So I'm gonna let it run. I'm gonna beat the system, watch my temperature gauge and all that. So what else I was gonna say? Yeah, so as you can see, I put everything back. The power steering pump, all the fluid, the new fluid is in there and all that stuff. So yeah, not bad. And I just need to watch my temperature gauge. So I'm gonna make sure. Let's see. I think the cluster works. The lights kind of work, but really dim. And my oil pressure is at 3 bar, which is awesome. Oh my god, I love the sound of it. You have no idea. This is just amazing. Once again, I want to make sure there's no leaks of any kind, and there's none. So, just really need to watch the temperature gauge. Okay, it's at 50. I don't know if I can show you somehow. Let's see. That's the fuel. Oh, actually, I think I can turn on my light over here. Oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, never mind. Also, that light went out. Oh, actually, it didn't went out. It didn't go out. I just haven't unplugged it back in. So, I'm gonna have to do that. Because if this light goes out, it sucks. Because then you have to replace this whole thing. You can't just replace the bulb. Okay, so I'll be back next time again, and take it for a spin, make sure everything works, and yeah, check all the fluids and stuff. So